I don't know why, but April 2026, for literally no reason, had a bunch of pretty big VR game releases. Things like Little Nightmares, Into the Radius 2, FNAF Secret of the Mimic, kind of. We'll get back to that. But April was so popping that I realized I could make an entire video just about the games that were released in April. So that's what we're doing today. We're essentially doing a bunch of mini reviews of all the games that dropped, and I think this time, due to some of my takes today, I might actually get crucified for real. Actually, matter of fact, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into some bullshit. Extra Dimensional, a game that is considered to be a big PC VR release and has very positive reviews on Steam, came out with super positive reception. I do not like this game. Actually, I kind of straight up hate it. Now, before we pin my ballsack to the wall, let me at least explain why I don't like this game, so when you come for me, you know exactly what to hate about my opinion before you jump me. Starting off, the dialogue in this game is pretty unbearable. I thought it was cute at first, but it got old so fucking fast. At the start of the game, there's this cutscene where this girl gives you a sword and talks for 100 years. I wound up killing her because, well, VR game with an NPC and you just gave me a sword. This results in the entire cutscene restarting, forcing you to listen to another 100 years with no way to skip it. Guys, I did a whole video about this exact thing I hate. That's more of a minor nitpick though. The game is also made in Unreal Engine, so there isn't a single moment in the game where you get to actually play it at 90 FPS. And to top it all off, I think the combat is generally basic. Granted, I didn't get that far, but it didn't seem like it was really going anywhere. While playing this game, I was thinking to myself, would I give even a single shit if I played this game and it wasn't a VR title? And I realized I wouldn't have any interest at all, so I stopped playing and refunded. To be fair to this game, something about it clearly just didn't click with me. So maybe you'll like it or already have played it and do like it, but personally, man, I just didn't fuck with it. And honestly, that sucks because I hear people really like this game generally, but I just could not do it. 5 lot points out of 10. Now for the opposite side of the spectrum, The Boys VR is a game I've been hearing exclusively bad things about, but I actually kind of liked it. Let me preface this by saying, for the people who don't like this game, I get it. It's just okay, it's a little finicky at times, and overall, while it is fun to me, it's also pretty lacking in length and content, especially for the price. Putting that aside and looking at this as more of just a fun little game, it's definitely a fun time. Sneaking around and blowing up heads is cool. The different abilities you get throughout the game are fun. I liked some of the cutscenes. I liked all 2 of the bosses as well. It was fun. Some of the segments were misses though. There were a couple of bugs and some meh cutscenes, but they were all skippable, so it wasn't really a big deal. But for $30, Jesus Christ, what a scam! The game is like 3 hours long, which due to the limited gameplay is actually a good thing here, but the price should reflect that. If this game was $10 or maybe $15, it'd actually be pretty worth it, but for $30 damn dollars, I'd say skip this one unless there's a sale, and a big one. 6 loppies out of 10, but if it was $10, I'd say 7 loppies out of lop out of 10. Fuck me. On to the next game. I fucking loved Little Nightmares VR. I played the first flat game eons ago and generally liked it, and have only heard good things about the other games, but haven't really gotten around to them. This one being in VR though, definitely caught my eye more than usual, and I fucked with it heavy. Overall, I have pretty much nothing bad to say about the core gameplay other than the length and this stupid fucking vignette you cannot turn off. There is a triangle permanently fixated to your screen at all times, which is pretty stupid and a brain dead oversight. The reason the footage you're seeing doesn't have it is because I paid Swipes $5 to make a mod to remove it, only for somebody else to make a mod that does the same thing for free, meaning I effectively scammed myself. The vignette actually wasn't that bad, but you definitely should play without it if you can. But regardless of that, this game had me pissing myself in fear. The gameplay was super engaging and a lot of fun, and everything about this game was just pretty damn good. The atmosphere, the music, etc, etc. I beat the game in just under 3 hours, but there wasn't a dull moment throughout the whole experience, and I thoroughly enjoyed it the whole way through. For $30 though, it's a bit pricey considering what you get in terms of length, but regardless, it is good enough that I'd give it 7 lop chips out of 10. And if the game was $10 or $15, I'd give it 8 lip lops out of 10. Into the Radius 2 technically launched in April, and by launched I mean came out of early access, but I haven't played it. I wasn't too big a fan of the first game, but figured I'd probably fuck with this one a lot more in multiplayer with a bunch of my friends, but the game currently only supports 2-player co-op, with 4-player support being added later. Personally, I'm waiting for 4-player co-op before giving it a shot, so I have no Lopalicious rating for this one, but I think releasing it without the 4-player co-op is kind of really annoying. I thought that was the whole point of the early access here, but whatever, I guess. Another game that also came out of early access in April was Forefront, and unlike Into the Radius 2, I actually have played this one. I haven't played it since the launch update, but from what I did play a couple months back, I really like this game. It's super funny and just generally a great time. Not a lot to really say about it other than it does what it strives to do, and it does it well. 8 Lop Zongs out of 10. Speaking of early access, this video has been a little too positive lately, so let's bring up some bullshit. Beyond Scambox launched, and it's generally pretty awful. It's super buggy, runs like shit, and is pretty much nothing like what they promised it would be. I did a whole video on it, but to sum it up, this game is like comedically bad and buggy. The dev team were basically just lying for 3 years and have some kind of weird ego thing going on. One of the devs posted this message saying, "They say Beyond Sandbox is bad, but weirdly, they talk about it all day. Funny, huh?" I mean, people talked about stupid shit like the day before all day, but trust me, bro, it's not because we secretly love it. I don't quite understand why they're so egotistical when general reception is pretty fucking awful. But go nuts, I guess, guys. Have fun, or whatever. 2 Lop Schlongs out of 10. On the topic of buggy games, Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimics VR mode finally launched. Sort of. After a year since launch, Steel Wool Studios, the studio behind the game, finally said when VR support was coming, implied a launch for both PSVR 2 and PC, then on launch day, announced that it was only coming to PSVR 2 and that PC was coming very soon. What the fuck? I don't know why the hell they wouldn't announce this weird exclusivity thing until literally the release day, but regardless, they'd go on to clear things up and say, guys, we'll have VR ready on PC within 2 days. They didn't have VR ready on PC within 2 days. Only on the second day, when it was supposed to launch again, they announced they would be delaying it by around 2 weeks to clean it up a bit since people were saying the PSVR 2 version was super buggy. This is super frustrating. Building up hype just to shut it down at the last second twice sucks really bad. But I do have a PS5 and figured, fuck it. I don't want to wait 2 weeks. Let's see what this port is about. I saw people saying this version was worse than launch day Security Breach, which I have to assume were people LARPing to have actually played Security Breach at launch, because this port is not that bad. Yeah, it's a bit buggy, has some weird interaction problems, and very occasionally straight up frustrating glitches. But for the most part, you can get through it with some bumps in the road without too much in the way of actually completing it and having a good time. It's definitely buggier than it should be, and the ending cutscenes are borderline funny in terms of how just awful they work in VR.
He's gonna go right in the fence. Five Nights at Freddy's, created by Scott Cawthon. Genius. This is stuck to my face. It's not even like, that's ridiculous. That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing.
But I'm glad they're committed to fixing it up. It's not unplayable or anything, it's generally fine. Performance is also rock solid. I saw some people complaining that the game got a visual downgrade in VR, which, like, yeah. Do you not understand how optimization works? VR is super demanding, so I don't know why some people would complain about them optimizing the game for a rock solid frame rate with some visual sacrifices. That's a good thing, guys. We should be applauding them because it still looks really good, and it is Unreal Engine, but it ran pretty damn well, at least on PS5. Lighting probably could use an improvement though. I don't know how dated this will be when the big VR patch that they're working on comes out, but at the time of this video, or at least of me recording these voice lines, this is the current state of things. Now, in terms of the game itself, it translates to VR excellently, which makes sense because this was supposed to be a VR game originally after all. I had a lot of fun and remember genuinely screaming in fear during some of these portions. This game was a whole lot of fun, and I wish this was the first way I got to experience this game. The sense of presence and scale you get in a headset really is unmatched. I really hope Steel Wool keeps doing VR games, or at least hybrid games like this, because man was this a great time. 8 Lopkins out of 10. But when the bugs are ironed out, which they might be when you're watching this, I actually give it 9 Lopperdoodles out of 10. If you haven't played this game, experience it first in VR. I think you'll love it. Wrath, Aeon of Ruin is a boomer shooter like Doom that recently got a VR port by my goats, Flat to VR Studios. This game is mad good. It's fun, translates pretty well to VR, the length and price are pretty good. Just a solid title overall. I haven't beaten it because I got a little burnt out from it, and so many other games released this month, like, you know, the whole idea of this fucking video, but I definitely will come back to it later because damn is it good. Excellent shit. 8.5 Lopzops out of 10. And now onto our final game, and I really did save the best for last. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City. Why the fuck is this game so damn good, bro? Oh, ladder, you actually climb. Oh, holy shit. What the fuck? This is okay. Wait.
Whoa.
Wait, game of the year.
Where the humans at? What the fuck is that? Holy
What?
shit, guys.
Let's go over there.
It's the demon
It's a,
portal.
wait, it's a whole open. What? I was given early access to a demo a while ago and fucked with it pretty heavy then, but I was under the impression that this was a linear level-based beat 'em up. So imagine my surprise when the game wound up letting you climb buildings and explore an open world. Holy fucking awesome! The quest system is slightly repetitive, but regardless, this game fucks hard. I love the combat, the interaction, some of the unique scenarios, the environments, the music, the bosses. It's up to 4 players online. This shit rocks and is around 6 hours total game time, which for $25 is pretty decent. Genuinely one of the best VR games to release in a long while. It's like Quest exclusive levels of polish, except it's on PC as well. 9 Lops out of 10 kisses. There have genuinely been so many great VR titles to release recently, so hopefully this video shows and convinces you to buy and play something new. Also, you can get almost every game mentioned here for 10% off on the Quest store using the link in the description. It's the best way to support the channel other than subscribing, which you should also do because I'm a VR channel, so if you don't, no one else will. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one where I talk about VR game prices. It's a pretty good watch if you like this one. And with all of that out of the way, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will catch you next time, fat bitches. Lops and kisses!